gynecologist to check her height.
Oh, hey, done with you right now.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Shandi. I'm bringing you today's episode about T.I. going to the doctor with his 18-year-old daughter to check her hymen. I'm gonna have my co-hosts Bubbles and Liam on the line to give their opinions on the matter. Of course, I'm gonna give mine. I hope you stay tuned to the end because, as always, there is an inspirational message at the end. If you have any comments, please comment below, and I hope you enjoy it. T.I.'s daughter is, I believe she's like 18 or 19, around about between 18 to 20. People were really clowning him because he went to the doctors with his daughter to check her hymen to make sure it was still intact. And so people were they were criticizing him because they were like, that's invasion of privacy. I don't care if that's your daughter. So you having daughters yourself, I just wanted to know how you feel about him going to the doctor with his, let's just say, 18-year-old daughter to check her hymen.
That's kind of, what's he need to know all that for? I mean, if she's 18 and that's what she's deciding to do, get the hell out of my house. I mean, once you're 18, I mean, technically you're an adult, but yeah, I'm still going to make my parental suggestions. But I mean, if she was 16, 17, yeah, it's a different story. Mm-hmm. At 18, by all means, you can make your own choices and decisions. But if that's what you're going to do, you ain't staying underneath my roof.
Okay. What you think, Bubbles? You being a single young adult, what do you think about that situation?
First of all, daddy, pops, you not about to come into the doctor's office with me while I'm getting my checked. You know what I'm saying? To find out if my hymen is broke. Like, I play sport, dad. You know, I you know, it could break in a lot of type of ways besides having sex. You know, if I use a tampon, it could break. You know, anything could happen. So stay out the room with me when I'm talking to my doctor and I'm 18.
Okay. Now I hear both of y'all. Let me give you my personal opinion just based off of me having kids, me being grown, me really not having that father figure in my life to really kick it with me about boys. I just want to say that I think men should be involved to know what the heck their daughters is doing and to know whether they having sex. Like you said, if that's what you want to choose to do, then you can go ahead. Way. Yeah, I mean, you grown now. You want to have sex, that means you grown now. And if you grown enough to have sex, you grown enough to take care of yourself. And I just feel like there's a lot of fathers who aren't in their daughters' lives, who don't care what their daughters is doing. So their daughters is out here wilding out and they don't even know because they're not actively involved, because there's a lot of fathers that's just doing them. They trying to get their own situation wet. So they don't care if their daughter is out here wilding out because they in their own program. But I just feel like, me personally, I feel like dads should be an example to their daughters. Like if I'm a young daughter, I'm seeing my dad out here wilding, I'm gonna think that's what dudes do. So what kind of dude are you showing me that I need to be looking for as a daughter? I think a lot of time men do things without really realizing that their kids are looking at them. Your kids are looking at you. What kind of example are you going to be as a father? And I think that he was a caring dad that wanted to know if his daughter was a virgin or not. And she is a virgin. She is a virgin.
I can agree with you to an extent, but like Bubble said, like that whole being at the doctor, that's a personal ordeal. Like, yes, I was.
You on my health insurance. You living in my house. Ain't personal in my house.
But at the same time, if he wanted to know something, just ask. Why do you have to be in the doctor's office with me? You know, if he's that type of person and has that type of relationship with his daughter, he should ask her. He should talk to her. He shouldn't have to sit in the doctor's office with her.
I think he went to the doctor. I think he said typically he goes to the doctor's office with her anyway, and he wasn't in the examination room with her. He just went to the doctor to make sure. He wasn't in the examination room with her.
I'm all for being in my child's life and all up in their business and knowing this, that, and the other. Of course, I'm gonna want to know whether they're having sex or doing this, that, and the other. And I'm also gonna be wanting to have that conversation. I mean, to the extent of going to the doctor and being like, "Is your hymen good or not?" Like that's a little too much. Okay, if her cherry was popped, then what? Then what? What's he gonna do?
Then that's a whole nother conversation if it is pop. I don't know. I have a daughter. And if my daughter is out here, like I want to have a close relationship with my daughter to the point where I feel like she should be able to come and talk to me, whether she thinking about doing something, whether she did do something. I would hope I wouldn't have to go to the doctor to find out whether she was a virgin or not. However, I want my daughter to stay a virgin till she marries. So, I mean, I'm going to go to the doctor's. If you're 24 and you want me to go to the doctor, I'm going to want to go to the doctor's office with you. I don't care how old you are.
Okay.
But,
Okay, so look, he said, I say, look, doc, she don't ride no horses. She don't ride no bike. She don't play no sports. Just check the hymen, please, and give back my results expeditiously.
that's what he said.
He said, T.I. added, I would say as for her 18th birthday, her hymen is still intact.
Well, that's good. He's doing a good job as a parent. You got a virgin as a daughter at 18? Girls then lost their virginity way before 18.
So I can see where he's coming from, but at the same time, like, come on now. You don't have to keep coming to the doctors with me. I'm gonna let you know what's up. If they have that type of relationship.
But I don't think that she minded him coming to the doctor with her. I think what her embarrassment was that the world found out about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she was embarrassed about that.
Right.
Personal situation that should have stayed in the house.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If that's what you doing between you and your child and she don't have a problem with it, the world don't need to know.
Right. Even though I don't see why she had a problem with it anyway. If I'm a virgin, I'm going to be happy I'm a virgin. Like, yep, I'm a virgin. My daddy came with me, so what?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something to be proud of. To me, that's something to be proud of, to be a virgin.
But it's just like how he did it, like, let me know the results as expeditiously.
That sounds like T.I.
I mean, that's like me. I got 2 girls, but I'm still a virgin.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
I donated my sperm. I never penetrated.
Oh, here we go.
So technically, I'm still a virgin.
Well, technically, I'm a virgin too with 3 kids. I did have C-sections though, so I ain't pushing nothing out.
And I'm definitely a virgin over here, and I'm 31.
So listen, this is honestly, just on a serious note, like I feel like there should be a lot more fathers that are actively involved in their daughters' lives, taking them on dates, showing them how a man is supposed to treat a woman. So that way, if she do decide, hey, this is what I want to do, at least you've had a man figure in your life to show you how a man is supposed to treat you. So hopefully she's able to make the right decisions in her life in the future, or whenever she decides I want to date, or I want to give away my virginity, or I want to get married. She's had a father figure in her life to show her how a man is supposed to treat her. And I feel like a lot of times these young girls, they don't want boys to come and meet their daddies. And it's like, why not? You should want. Listen, I'm single, okay? And if a man want to date me, I'm gonna tell you this. When we start, I feel like we're getting serious. I'm starting to feel you. You gonna meet my family. And if they don't agree, then I can't continue on because they see something that I don't see. And that's a lot of times how it happens. You dating somebody and you just head over heels in love. You like this person, but your family will see something that you don't see. And that's why it's like, it can only help you to let your family meet this person. Let your daddy, let your brothers, let your family meet this person so that they can approve. Like, yeah, I like him. He seems like a down-to-earth, real person. Ain't no liar, no bum. They can see stuff that you can't see. So I think it's a good idea for people to meet your family. I'm the only one who feel like it was all right for T.I. to do what he did.
To an extent.
You could stay home.
I'll bring you the results.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's cool. Like, she could be excited to be able to say that, but she could just tell him. That's exciting. Yeah, I am a virgin. You ain't got to come to the doctor with me.
She may have wanted her daddy there with her.
That's true. Who knows? Who knows the inside?
Right.
All I know is, Pops can stay at the crib.
All right. Thank you so much for your input. So we got a young person who gave her reasoning as to why it wasn't okay. And then we have a father of 2 girls who don't really agree with it either. I'm a mother of 2 boys and a girl, and I'm gonna be right there with my daughter. Boys ain't got hymens, but girls got hymens. So I'm gonna be right there with my daughter every time she go to the doctor. If you don't want me there, that means you grown and you can get your own spot. All right, thank y'all for coming on. I really appreciate you. Liam and Bubbles, my co-host here for I Am Shine Dion. Thank you for coming on, guys. A father's love is gentle and strong, a place where you know you'll always belong, a steady beat in life's changing song, a mentor, a teacher, a guide, and a fan, providing support best he can. Sometimes close, sometimes afar, holding the truth of who you are. Wisdom to share or nothing to say, even in silence he lights the way. A father's love, an eternal bond, a stable rock in a familiar pond. The freedom to grow and sail beyond. When a father loves his children and those children experience that love and enjoy that love and live in that love, then they will reflect that love upon others. A father is respected because he gives his children leadership, appreciated because he gives his children care, valued because he gives his children time, loved because he gives his children the one thing they treasure most, himself. Thank you for joining me on this episode discussing T.I. going to the doctor to have his daughter's hymen checked. 1 Timothy 3:4 says, he must manage his household well, keeping his children under control with all dignity, keeping them respectful and well behaved. My personal opinion about the topic is that he's a caring father and he was bashed about him being concerned about the well-being of his daughter. Everybody has their own parenting techniques, religions, and cultures. So to bash T.I. with how he parents his daughter is the same as the Bible saying he that is without sin cast the first stone. None of us are perfect parents, and we are all learning as we go because there's no manual on how to parent. So we do our best to protect our children the best way we know how. However, parents should always try to be an example for how their children should behave instead of only demanding your own agenda and living a completely different life than what you're demanding from your kids. 1 Timothy 4:12 says, let no one look down on you because of your youth, but be an example and set a pattern for the believers in speech and conduct and love and faith and in moral purity. What this means is to not allow anybody to look down on you because of things you did in your youth or while you didn't know any better. But as you grow older, you're supposed to grow in wisdom and knowledge and learn from your mistakes and become an example to those still learning and growing with your speech, in your conduct, in the love that you display, your faith, and in your own moral purity. 1 Timothy 3:1-2 says, if any man seeks the office of overseer, he desires an excellent task. Now an overseer must be blameless and beyond reproach, the husband of one wife, self-controlled, sensible, respectable, hospitable, and able to teach. What that means is that when a man seeks to obtain the office of overseer or the office of being a husband or the office of being a father, he's acquiring an excellent task. But an overseer, a husband, a father, he must be virtuous and shameless himself. He must be a husband of one wife with no side chicks, no harlots, have self-control over his own body, be practical, respectable, generous, and able to teach. But how can a man teach something to the children that they haven't done themselves? I understand that Tips wants to keep the vultures and those grimy boys away from his daughter, but if he's good and faithful himself, his daughter will see from him what kind of man she wants for herself. A real man treats his wife the same way he wants another man to treat his daughter. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let's all just try to treat people the way we want to be treated and the way we want people to treat our families. Please come back and join me for the next episode next Thursday of I Am Shandian. Thank you.